This out.
Hey guys, we are
Hello.
back. What's up? What's up? What's up?
We're
It's
back.
Wednesday.
Welcome to November. It's officially fall
Oh
all the
my
way.
God. November 5th. We are 2 days out from the original election day.
We don't know what it is anymore.
Still no president. We're still waiting on results on who is supposed to be the new president.
Girl,
This
have
is
you ever,
crazy.
in all my days,
In all of my days,
only had 3 decades so far, okay? But I had never seen such in
in
my
only
life.
one decade of where we were allowed to vote so far. So,
Can all the elders out there let us know, has this happened before in y'all generations? Like, what is happening? Because they said that they got what, 12 days, or they got up to like a month, I think, to actually declare who the president is or something.
girl, I
Um,
have I literally have no idea what's going on.
I'm like, I thought they announced that shit at midnight, usually on the East Coast, around 1 a.m. Usually it's declared,
Like,
usually a statement in the morning.
every single time, I think the only time I was able to vote, and you might obviously also, since we're the same age, excuse me, Barack Obama. That was like our first president we were allowed to vote for. Thank God he won both terms. But for both of those elections, we found out actually that same night. Like, it wasn't even I went to sleep. It was like I was literally watching the TV and I started screaming both times that he won, like, oh my God, calling everybody. Obviously, it was early enough to where they were awake. And then with Trump winning the last election, I did go to sleep. It looked like it was going in Hillary's favor. So I was
Oh,
like, you
did
know
it?
what? There's no way Trump is going to win. Hillary's killing it. I woke up. Donald Trump is the president. So that was literally like
Like, what type of nightmare?
I feel like I went back to sleep for a second because I was like, this is crazy. Like, I'm not really reading what I'm reading. And sure enough, Trump won. But all of that to say, we didn't have to wait.
Girl, not all this. This is ridiculous. I mean, from what I
But
understand, it's because of COVID and because
COVID,
of all the mail-in ballots and
right.
it's unprecedented how many mail-in ballots they got. I get it. I get it. I get it. My thing is, y'all knew what we were dealing with. We've been dealing with COVID for how many damn months now? More than half the damn year, I would say. Like, COVID has been started since March. We've been in quarantine since March. You had plenty of time to prepare how these ballots were going to be counted, how they were going to be accepted. And I got to say, the shit seems fraudulent. I done already seen so many clips of ballot people, ballots being tossed to the side, being crumpled up. And these are from the official ballot people, which I think are just citizens who volunteer for this shit. So, also driving in California, I saw trucks. I saw trucks loaded up with boxes of ballots. And I'm telling you, I think they were, moving the ballots where they're supposed to go, apparently. But I saw some of them, like, it was a dirty old truck. And I'm telling you, those boxes were filled with ballots to the top, where ballots were falling out on the side. They were falling in the crevices of the car. Like, I just don't trust it. Like, I don't, how the shit was going down. I just, something ain't right. I don't know. Like, why are y'all handling ballots and this, process? Like, this is just some fly by night. Like, we're voting for school president or some shit. Like, y'all should have a standard fucking process with official people that have been trained in official vehicles and everything else. And you should have been doing it weeks ago. you know, Something is just not right.
Oh shit. What we do know is that we cannot trust anything that the government is up to. Okay? It is
Just make
so
it make
ghetto.
sense.
It's
Like,
very ghetto. I really do hate it here. Um,
just make it.
however, one thing that I will say, which has been very cool to witness, is a lot of one, I do find it very discouraging that this time around it's still such a close race. Like, I would have thought, honestly, I had no thoughts going into this because I just,
Yeah.
but I'm just like, wow, these people really still love Trump. Like, it doesn't matter. Honestly, I think it doesn't even matter for the majority of people that are Republican. They're just diehard Republicans, no matter who. I mean, it could be a hermit, and someone's
Yeah.
gonna choose Republican. You
But
just
I've seen a lot of Black people on the internet who have come out with, I mean, I cannot underestimate what they've said about Biden. Like, they've come out with a lot of shit about Biden that is just like, I feel like had we had a better candidate, and he could still win. But I'm just saying, I feel like had we had a better candidate, maybe more people would have left Trump and went to Biden. Biden's
and
not a good, like, he's not, it was just like, oh my God, you're the best we got, I guess. Like,
that
you
is
know what
what
I'm
it is
saying? And you're
because
just,
even
to be
with
honest, I
his
feel like he's just as racist. Like, any white man that can sit up here and say, I'm not Black if I don't vote for him, I have an issue with that. Like, I got a problem with it. Like, I don't feel like you respect Black people if you say some shit like that. I just don't. And it's just the lesser of two evils. It's the lesser of two fucking evils, in my opinion. Hopefully he does something amazing for this country if he gets in office. But just because we hate Trump oh so much, I'm not going to pretend that Biden is an amazing fucking person and candidate for us. I can't do it.
Mhm.
And I feel like, I know there are some diehard Republicans, but I also know some people who vote, they will switch parties. They will really vote depending on the candidate. And I feel like when Obama got in office, he was just such a likable person who spoke with integrity that a lot of people who were Republicans probably did vote for him. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was that type of issue. So I
Mhm.
don't know.
I will say that it was also it's also been very interesting to see that a lot, well, I can't say a lot, but some of the states that are just naturally red states, just based on history, it is what it is. These states are automatically red. They've never been blue. It's looking like
They flipped.
they are flipping. And this is one of the things that white people are afraid of, is because, you know, people infiltrating these areas, these spaces. And what's going to happen is more and more people that move into these cities that were originally, red and all of that kind of stuff, and they're flipping to blue because they hold majority of, the voting. These people are going to expand out continuously, and it's just gonna spread. And white people, that is what they fear. They fear that the takeover and them losing power and that automatic kind of type deal. And I can't really just say white people, it could be all other people too that are on
Yeah,
that
because I'm
side.
like, Biden's white. Like, y'all
Yeah,
still winning. Like,
it could
either
be
way, y'all are winning. Like, a white
right.
man is about to run this country again.
Yeah,
Like,
and it's not, I mean, again, like I said, we've only been able to vote 14 times, Black people. So, and when you think about it in that way, it's kind of like, well, damn, that's really not that long ago. So, like I've said this before, I'm always gonna just exercise my right, no matter how I feel. Like, I'm just gonna do it because I still want to have my choice to do
mhm.
it versus
Yeah.
it being taken away. But to your point, yeah, Biden by no means is like this grand dom. If anything, I really voted for Biden for Kamala. Like, I like her. Again, she's got her hangups, I'm sure, but at the end of the day, I don't really always like everybody that has been in office. To be honest with you, I haven't even been really keeping up with the ins and outs of politics, because I always have felt both sides will fuck you, right? So, all of that to say, there have been some moments where I'm like, okay, that's kind of cool, specifically me mentioning, the automatic of red states now are flipping, which has never been done, apparently, people are saying. So that's interesting. That's really interesting. So it'll be interesting to see what Georgia ends up being. Is it really going to be blue? Because traditionally it's been red. Is Arizona? I'm from Arizona. Maricopa County is by far one of the most racist counties ever. Like, we don't even
I
have
heard Arizona's
counselors,
a
we have
really racist.
sheriffs, nothing but sheriffs. And hell, we don't
I
even
heard
celebrate
that
Martin
about
Luther King.
Arizona. That is
We
so
don't even
weird.
celebrate Martin Luther King.
Why is
So
that? And Arizona is so close to California. You would think they'd be more like progressive in that way, you know?
you would. Unfortunately, I have never experienced any racism personally
That's a
while
blessing.
living in Phoenix,
Wow.
or Fountain Hills or Scottsdale, even the most ritziest of spaces in Arizona. I have not me personally experienced that, but
Wow.
I
Have
do.
you ever experienced it? Like, has anyone ever called you like a nigger to your face?
Well, I don't even know. I mean, I guess third grade was very traumatic for
Mhm.
for me because I was really really good friends, and this was in Missouri when I was living in Missouri, and I had befriended this girl. We were like somewhat of best friends. I always hung out with her. I was always over her house. And then the whole OJ trial happened.
Yeah, we were young as hell when that
Super
happened.
young. Like I didn't even know what was going on. Like I just was like, whatever. I obviously OJ, but I didn't know. Third grade. So I
Right.
remember going out on recess, and I had I can't really remember, the details are foggy, but I want to say
Mhm.
we got into like a little argument on the playground, and she was like, you're that's why you're a nigger, you fucking nigger, you're just like OJ or something. It was something referencing OJ, and
These
she said the
kids.
N word with the
Mhm.
ER at the end. And
Yep, with the ER.
with the ER, like
Mhm.
she
You know what
knew
she was doing?
what she was
Yep.
doing. Her parents had to have
Yeah.
been taught. Like it was really,
Now
really
was this
traumatic.
this was Arizona?
This was actually Missouri.
Oh, this was Missouri.
Yeah, I
Wow.
moved to Arizona when I was in 6th grade. So I was like
Mhm.
11. But I say all that to say, like, me experiencing racism just in total, that's been like probably the most. Now, have I probably been in spaces and situations where stuff has been kind of like, and
Not
you
so
just
in your
kind of let it
face. Yeah.
slide?
Mhm.
Sure. But like to be blatant, I can't remember, or I can't say other than that experience. What about you?
Yeah, I've experienced it a lot when I was a child. And then a few times when I was like teenage, but Maryland is a really racist. Just not that the people are racist, but it's just like certain areas. I think any one of those states that are like part of the original 13 colonies
Colonies,
just have like that just
die
old
hard,
ass
old,
racist roots, and
passed
so
down.
hell yeah. So back in the 90s, I lived in Potomac, and we
Shout
me and
out
my
Real Housewives
mom.
of Potomac.
Oh yeah, shout out Real Housewives of Potomac. So I lived in Potomac before, it was on Real Housewives, but
Right.
I lived in like the section, me and my mom lived in like the section, what do you call it? HOV. So it was like a housing unit within like a pretty nice neighborhood, but we were like the only row houses, and all the other houses are like nice and rich and fancy or whatever. So I'm one of three, maybe three Black people in my entire elementary school. So the first thing, and then I'm light skinned. So it's like, they don't know, like, they don't know if I'm mixed. They don't know if I'm
It's
trying to
like
be
all a
white.
lot of it's like, well, what are you?
A lot of it was like that. And then it was basically coming from their parents. But my mom was in that office a lot for, kids calling me nigger or, trying to
Wow.
pull my hair. Um, this one guy in my neighborhood, now this was a Spanish boy. I think his parents were from like Puerto Rico. His grandmother, now this lady could barely speak English now, but she called me a nigger, and I was like
Ooh.
10. I was 10. And this is coming from a Hispanic. So it's like, that's why I always feel away when people are like, Hispanic people can't be racist. I'm like, girl, they don't want to be Black. Like, none of these motherfuckers want to be Black. Like, maybe the new generation does, but their parents and their parents, they still have that mindset that like, no, they're Black. We're what we are. You know what I'm saying? So it could be a good thing that shit is breaking down, but
Yeah, I mean, the reality of it is, a lot of these old school people are dying off. Um, bye bye. They are. And what's really killing them the most is that their grandkids kids are married to
they're Black.
minorities, and again, they're now creating kids that are minorities, so it's getting harder and harder to
Yeah, you
create
gonna
that
hate your own
hate.
flesh? You gonna hate your own flesh and blood now?
It's getting harder and harder to do that. And so, it'll be interesting to see the world, hopefully it'll change, for our kids and their kids, and they'll be able to see something better than what we've seen. You know what I mean? We're not where we
Mhm.
used to be for
We're
sure,
not.
but
We're
we're
not.
definitely nowhere near where we need to be. So,
Yeah. Well, let's talk about some of these because this is what I found very interesting about the whole election thing. So, when was election night? Tuesday. So, as I was going home on Tuesday, I live in downtown LA. I'm driving, back to my house, went to the little store. I'm noticing all of the store owners started to board up their windows. Okay. They're preparing for
right.
freaking war. They're preparing for riots. Now, this is before the winner has been announced clearly. It's like I don't recall that. I don't recall there ever being a time in life where we were expecting riots across the country based on the decision of who would be president. Like, this shit has reached a boiling point, y'all. This is just crazy to me. Like, this is normal now. I think they already were doing some rioting in New York last night, and we don't even know who damn won yet.
And my thing too,
At this point,
yeah, I think
like,
it's all so stupid. And here's one of the things where I feel like social media plays a huge part in that, and just media in general, this quick media microwave culture. Um, I personally don't think shit's gonna happen. I mean, I don't. What I do feel is happening is that it's the best way that I can describe it is,
hold on. What do you mean when you mean shit's not gonna happen?
no, I'm saying, like, I don't think that anybody's about to tear up stores, for me personally. I don't.
They already started rioting last night, right? In New York
Oh,
and
I
burned
didn't know that.
in the middle
I
of the
didn't know
street.
that. So then
Yes, all
then
over.
yeah. So,
Yeah, fires
but
in the middle of the street, punching holes through windows of
and do
stores
they
and shit.
know which group is doing this? Is this black
Oh,
people, or is
it's
this like Trump?
frustrated civilians, girl. Let me show you because I'm like, you don't think it's happening? It's already happening without a winner being announced. That's the problem. Like, y'all are already hyped for no fucking reason. And what do you gain from that? Honestly, what are you going to gain by setting the street on fire?
Girl,
Because of
I
the
just
president.
think
I
that
understand for police brutality, but for the president, you think they're gonna be like, oh shit, they not agreeing with the president. Like
I just think that, in
the fuck?
like in my honest, humble opinion, I just feel like words have power, and Trump has is definitely the mastermind behind inciting and igniting fear amongst the different groups of people. And I feel like well, I can't even really say that. I just feel like it's somebody put it out there, this race war and all this other type of stuff is going to happen, and then everybody's just running with it to the point where it probably will happen. But if
I
people,
actually don't think it's a race war because
or
even when you think about
well, just anger or whatever the case may be, like tearing up shit, like tearing up stuff,
yeah,
like
check your text. I just sent you the footage. That the thing is they already are doing this. That's how you know it has nothing to do with this damn election. Like people are frustrated to a level where they're using this election to fuck shit up. You know what I'm saying? Like it has nothing to do with this motherfucking election.
and
It's
that's
just
what I'm
another
saying. Like,
notch
I
under the
just
belt.
don't think that, but the rumors are it's based on the election. So it's like somebody's putting it out there that because of the election and whoever wins, because I've seen it several times, like nobody wins in the sense of
Nobody wins.
Biden, I mean, he's a clown. Trump, he wins, he's a clown. Like nobody really wins. And so, to your point, I definitely agree. It's just an excuse to fuck some shit up. That's my whole point. But it's
Yeah, because
like,
they already doing it. And it's just like
why are people saying that or trying to blame it on the, like, stop saying that. Like, just stop putting that out there.
the
Like, if
thing
you're gonna
about
fuck
it
shit up
is
because you're mad, let it just be that. But like, I don't
the
know.
whole system, the whole government is expecting some huge outlash because of whatever decision is announced. Now, to me, that makes me think that could be another reason why they are stalling with these results, to try to kind of brace people or try to, like, I don't know. It's weird because, like, I went to Atlanta this weekend. Now, last weekend was what? That was Halloween weekend, a whole fucking week before the election, a few days before the election. Girl, they got National Guard posted in Atlanta downtown streets. Like, they're just waiting for some shit to pop off. Like, why? I just, and then on top of it, now we're dragging out the results. And y'all got National Guard posted in major cities across America, boarded up shit. It's very strange. It's very strange to me.
And it doesn't help that Trump is saying, if I lose, stand back, stand by. What the fuck does that mean? It's like,
you're not leaving, girl. You're not leaving without a fight.
Girl,
what do they get? They get 30 days or something to move out, January something. Like,
it's embarrassing.
Y'all better come with the
It's embarrassing,
big dog.
especially to see a president say, stop counting the votes. Like, where in history has it ever been said for someone who is a president,
that's how you know you're losing. Like, why would the fuck would you say stop counting the damn votes?
Because my thing is, if you were winning, everybody's doing their job, they're doing a great job, everybody's doing amazing, but you're losing, so now it's a fraud, it's scam, people are withholding ballot, it's just like a shit
I just
show.
hope they get these damn electoral votes to align with these last three states. Make sure the electoral votes go with the popular.
Let's just get his ass out. Like, I'm so tired of Trump. Like, I'm seriously so tired of Trump. He even made a comment that was like, Trump did. He made a comment and was like, watch, if I lose presidency, watch Corona go away, because they've created this disease under my administration, but watch, if I lose, watch it go away. I'm like,
I do believe that.
If it goes away, it's because you were probably doing some shit to keep the shit going. Like, but why would you say
that he would start spilling all types of secrets? That's a man they're gonna have to kill, because believe me, there are some government secrets that everyone would be very shocked about. And I mean, shit, we small right now. I think I could say this without being harmed. But yeah, I do think COVID was man-made. I do. It definitely man-made. And also look up the president of the CDC who went missing right around the time, and his father was looking for him, and that they tried to cover up, the CDC tried to cover up his fucking murder and shit. So I think some fishy shit was going on, period. I do. Now, do I agree with Trump and everything he says? No, but I know that's an egotistical man, and if things don't go his way, he will start spilling everybody's shit. He don't give a damn. I know that much. I do know that. So call me crazy, but
well, there you have it.
Y'all can call me crazy, but
no, I mean,
that's a lab-made fucking disease. Fuck out of here.
Yeah, I mean,
that came out weak as shit because they thought it was gonna be stronger. But let me shut up. All right, y'all.
It'll be curious. So I think I'm gonna tell you one other thing that was funny. Have you seen the Nevada governor come out and speak to why they're so slow on their results? Like, Nevada, you guys, just doesn't give a fuck. Okay. That one of the, news reporters had reached out to Nevada's governor, or maybe it was the mayor or whatever, and was like, what is going on? Like, why is it taking you guys so long? Like, what is your plan in place? And he was just like, we'll get to it when we get to it.
Y'all not gonna tell him how to do his job.
Girl, he was like, we should be somewhere within 24 hours. And she was like, okay, but it's already been, they were like, can you at least give us something, like show some numbers? And he was like, again, we will get to it when we get to it. She was like, okay, great, I'll check back in with you guys later. So then, like, a couple hours later,
my first email,
girl, a couple hours later, she checks back in, and she's trying to open the door, and everybody then went home. Girl,
y'all not gonna stress them out over this. But
girl, everybody then clocked out and went home. Okay, she was like, well, I guess everybody's gone for the day.
I want to say that they're volunteering, half of these people. Like, y'all not finna stress
Listen,
them out.
you are not going to stress these people out. Nevada said you will know as soon as we know, and
Girl, when
y'all
I
got
tell
to
you
be
this
okay
is the
with it.
motherfucking Twilight Zone, that's why I don't put shit past that. Like everything, anything could be possible at this point. Because this is some shit I ain't ever seen in my life.
It is. It's hilarious. I mean, it's almost like you're living in a dream. And just as soon as you didn't think 2020 could get any crazier or weirder,
Yeah,
it gets super weird. Like we're all anticipating who the next president is going to
yeah,
be. Regardless of who you're for, we're just wanting to know who it is.
girl.
And by previous, like by history, judging history, we've known really quickly. And so for us to just still be kind of like, what's going on, what's going on, people have literally watched
Girl,
CNN all day and we are still where we were a week ago, where
2 days
we know
ago.
nothing.
Girl, 2020 is gonna go out with you with a fucking bang, okay? You know
Girl,
how
so you
those
don't
fires
think it's over, you're
are,
like more to come.
girl. It's clearly look at the trend. I'm just saying, you know how those seasons are. Like you got a good fucking season. Oh my god, this is the best season ever. Guess what? The finale be the fucking mind blower. The
Girl,
finale is where
rapture.
it really.
Girl, it's fuck around and be the rapture child. Like, just get ready, honey.
Uh,
Ooh. I
girl,
see
God
some
knows my heart.
dragons and some goblins and goblins while I'm driving. I just be
I
like,
wouldn't
Lord,
surprise
take me
me.
now.
I would not be surprised in one little bit if they were like, okay, y'all, we've been holding this for a while. Some of y'all know the aliens are here. We've tried to hold it back as long as possible. What they're gonna need, that's why we're gonna have to microchip everyone just for everyone's safety.
And
Coronavirus, you know. So I
I
feel like something like
personally believe
can
the
happen.
aliens have touched down, checked us out, and been like, no, get me out of
Girl,
here. This is
we
the
the
ghetto.
motherfucking aliens.
Yeah, this is the ghetto. I don't want to stay here. Get me
We
out of
are the
here.
fucking
But
aliens.
I do believe in alien. I mean, I do believe that there's other creatures other than humans. Um, I do believe that there's life outside of
Oh
Earth.
yeah.
Um, so again, nothing at this point will surprise me. Knock on wood. Like I keep saying, I just pray and I hope that all my friends and my loved ones and my family make it over to 2021.
Yeah.
I pray. That is my daily prayer. That is my only
Yeah.
thought. Money, anything else like can hold off. I really just want to, judging from how 2020 has been and sicknesses and
Wild.
illnesses and people losing their parents, their friends, their kids. It's
Yeah.
real
Health is
and
wealth,
it's
man.
real scary. And so I'm just praying that we all make it to
Yeah.
2021. Period.
Just stay close to God, y'all. No matter what happens, stay close
You never
to the
know the
Lord.
day nor the hour. And the worst thing that you can take for granted is thinking that you have till tomorrow.
Nope. Who knows what's gonna happen?
So
But
we will continue to follow this, obviously. Soon as they release the results, we'll be back on here again to discuss
no,
that
we
part
will.
of it. We'll be
No, we
definitely
will.
following. How would you say?
I said, I'm just saying they know we will. We're gonna be right back up here talking shit about whatever way it go.
So, so yeah, I mean, more to come. More to come. Do you feel comfortable sharing who you voted for?
I mean, sure, I voted for Biden, but
Well,
I don't.
I'm just saying because some people are like, I don't disclose that. And I
I
saw
mean,
something
I
that
feel
said,
like it's stupid to ask. Unless you're my really close friend, I'm not about to just go asking strangers who you voted for. Like, I don't know. I feel like it's slick rude or whatever. I don't know.
yeah.
I
I
don't
mean,
know.
it's not. I mean, we all know politics and religion are just two things you just shouldn't discuss anyway, just because
Yeah.
with strangers anyway, because it just
Yeah.
gets shit gets real. People be real passionate,
Yeah. I
and
mean, I dropped my ballot off at the last hour. Like, I voted for Biden, y'all, but I'm not proud of it. Like, I literally just did it for my ancestors, to be honest. I'm not proud of it. I'm just
yeah,
really
but
not.
I wasn't proud when Hillary ran either. Like I
I'm
wasn't
not.
proud when Hillary ran. Um,
I wasn't, but I felt more. I don't know why. I know she was a really bad person too. Well, she's done some really bad things. That whole administration. Clinton administration, which Biden was under, has done some really terrible things for Black people that Black people just don't know about. But hopefully he can redeem himself, for the years he didn't do shit for Black people. So
Yeah.
hopefully he can redeem himself. But I'm just so tired of living in a country where my options are just the lesser of two fucking evils. I mean, we lucked up for, those 8 years. Our life was blessed. Not to say Obama was the best president, but at least I felt like I was, connected to a candidate. Like, I saw myself, I saw my family, and, I felt like I mattered in some weird way just because somebody of that stature being important, I felt like he connected to me. Shit, he got Black daughters and shit. But now I just feel like here we go again, back on this train ride where these folks don't give a damn about us. Like, and we're just voting for them and standing behind them, and they don't really care about us. But that's what we got to do. That's what we always got to do. Just do the best we can do. It's just, I'm tired of it.
What's that saying? If you depend on someone to feed you, you can't be mad when they starve you. So I think the message for everyone is get out here, grind, find your passion, do what it is that you love to do. It's easier for some than others, but try not to rely on other people. That could be, the relationship you're in. It could mean just anything. Like, try to figure shit out and get shit done on your own. That way you don't have to depend so heavily on other people, and I would like to think that if I made over $400,000, I still wouldn't vote for someone like Trump to save my money. Just I would hope that. But again, I'm not judging those who decide otherwise, but just follow what's in your heart and be as independent as possible. Really, I think you posted a meme that was really, really good. It was like, me if Biden wins, me if Trump wins. And it was like a bag of money. Either way, it's like, I still have to get the bag. Like, regardless of the fuckery that y'all are on, like, the bag is still gonna it's gotta get done. So
I'm just like, what have any of these presidents really done for us? Like, I mean, I appreciate Obamacare. That's the only thing that really did change my life because I had just got kicked off my mom's insurance, and
well, the Pell
didn't have a job.
Pell Grants really helped me out in school, where I was able to get those refunds. And had I not taken out extra, I could have had a full free tuition at TSU just off my Pell Grant. And Obama was solely responsible for making that happen.
So so I want to know what are either of them going to do for us, whoever the fuck,
Yeah.
I'm just so tired of getting breadcrumbs. And then, like, we go so hard. Y'all try to get the Black vote so fucking hard. And then it's just like, what y'all really fucking do for Black people? Like, after election season, afterthought, like, see y'all in 4 years when we start campaigning again.
It's right. Funny. Yeah.
But hey, whatever. I'm not here to squash nobody's high hopes.
All right. So the next topic that I wanted to discuss, they really kind of go, well, do they go here? I guess we can talk about the Shade Room and their most recent attempt to remove any hateful comments, specifically surrounding like racism, people who are gay, presidency, like hateful comments that they're seeing in their comment section. And they've just decided to keep a close monitor on that and really take away, people's right to really voice their opinion, whether it's regardless of what it is. I know Jordan Woods, she came out and she applauded the Shade Room for that because, I know a lot of celebrities that get really upset when fans or people who are the opposite of that, they have opinions on things and they're able to just say whatever they want to say under their pictures or whatever the case may be. I do have my own thoughts on that just because I feel like as a celebrity, it's just what comes with the territory. It doesn't give people the right, but at the same time, it just comes with it. But then to Jordan's point, she also mentioned, the shade room and media outlets like the shade room do have to take a certain responsibility. And that responsibility is the way that in which they are framing different headlines where they could be looked at, more subjective as to one side or the other. And we've all seen certain headlines where we're like, now y'all know y'all messy as hell for wording this topic like this because you already know people are about to go in. So, what are your thoughts? Do you feel like it's a good thing to restrict people from total freedom of speech if it's not in the way in which that site feels like it should go? Or do you kind of feel like different about it? Like, I don't know, because that's their opinion and whatever. And then I also think, like, how hateful are we saying? Like, are we saying, like, okay, I want to kill this bitch? You know what I mean? Or is it like just a strong opinion about something that someone who really, really believes something and it can come across hateful? You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. Like, where's the middle?
Right. Well, before I get too deep into this, I just want to say Shade Room's comments are my weekly dose of fucking nonstop laughter. Like, I don't care how I'm feeling. I don't care if I'm fucking crying. If I take my ass on Shade Room and double tap and open those fucking comments, something is going to make me fall out in laughter every fucking time. Like, it doesn't matter. It don't matter what the post is. Like, those Shade Room comedian commenters are just
Hilarious.
high caliber. They're high
Undefeated.
caliber.
Undefeated.
So in that regard, I love Shade Room and their comments. Okay. But moving to the censoring thing, I think it's a big issue. And okay. First of all, they're called the Shade Room people. Okay. They are the tabloid of Instagram. They started the whole tabloid Instagram business. All right. The Inquirer, all those magazines we grew up on with the celebrity gossip and shit, in the newsstand. That's what Shade Room is. Their whole title is Shade Room, which means to throw shade, which means to be shady and make funny comments. First of all. So don't act like I didn't know what Shade Room was, first of all. Okay. Now, to your point, what crosses the line? I feel like if it's not violent and threatening, like I'm going to kill you, I want to do this to you, then I feel like it has no, I just don't feel like they have the right to censor people's comments like that. Now, I know Instagram is already on some shit like that. So if you go right now on your Instagram and try to hashtag some shit, you could hashtag election, Joe Biden, Trump. You could hashtag, I think I hashtag one of my conspiracy pages that I follow. They're blacking out all the hashtags right now. And they literally say this hashtag is censored because it's compromising information that could elect the election or the vote. I have an issue with that. Okay. Don't tell me what knowledge or what information could change my mind about something and your vote. If that's some type of information, you know what I'm saying? Like, my thing is, this is social media. you this is a dangerous line of censorship that people are not understanding. And it started out years ago with like YouTube, and now it's getting to Facebook. And like, it's like some groups are being censored while other groups are not being censored. Some pages are being censored and other pages aren't being censored. It's dangerous as fuck, because if one group gets censored, eventually they're going to censor all of us and say, nope, that's not what we want to hear. You okay, one more strike and you're going to be fined or whatever. Like, it can get to that point eventually. So I don't know how I feel about censorship in that way. I feel like if the comments are not violent or threatening, I don't think they should have any real reason to be taking them down or like censoring people's comments. I don't know. That's how I personally feel. And I know a lot of people feel like social media is harsh and people, get hurt and bullied, and they do. And if they're children, I feel like that needs to lie in the hands of the parents to protect your children from social media. You know what I'm saying? But social media is not there to, I know it can be confused as such, but it's really not there to boost your confidence. Like, people are making it that way. You know what I'm saying? But this is literally just an online forum, and people are going to have a lot of balls over a freaking screen. But if you start having another person determine what's acceptable or what's not, it crosses a dangerous line to, like, all of us being censored eventually.
I
Shit, we can't even
agree.
talk about Cardi B. We can't even talk about Cardi B basically on our channel, or her people gonna come and censor our shit on YouTube.
I
So
agree. I it's hard to say that I'm like, so social media has done a lot of great things for everybody, small businesses, minorities. It's just done a lot of great things. It has. And I can't say that I wish it was something like this, because at the end of the day, we can always wish something was a better example of its original product, right? Like, there's always room for improvement. I think one of the things that I do miss in media is the due diligence piece of certain things. I think that, to Jordan Wood's comment, by her saying, the shade room essentially instigates certain things. So on one hand, they're saying, oh, we're going to remove hateful comments, but yet you put up something and in the headline, it's more subjective towards maybe a negative, but yet you expect people to be positive or say nice things about something that was presented in a way that could be looked at differently. Do
I'm
you know what
telling
I
you,
mean?
Shade Room did that to save face. Okay. Instagram is
Yeah.
coming through. Instagram is coming through, if you can't tell, and they about to start shutting shit down. If they
Yeah.
don't feel like it goes with their guidelines or whatever, they're gonna shut shit down. So Shade Room, in order to protect their page, I'm sure,
Yeah.
made it
That makes
public
sense. Now that
and
makes sense.
known. I'm sure that's what it was, because right after that, they did have to remove that Lizzo post. Remember, I sent you that Lizzo post
You
because people were
did. You
going in on
did.
Lizzo. So I'm sure the comments just got out of control where they just deleted the whole Lizzo post. So I feel like they think Instagram is probably coming down harder on these pages for like bullying and shit. That's what I think. So
And it also sends a very bad message out there too. It's just, listen, it's just so many rules, exceptions to the rules that are out here. It's hard to keep up.
it's
It's
ridiculous.
hard because on one hand, you have people posting things that they probably know, especially if they're a celebrity, but even if they're not, let's just say they're a well-known blogger, or
Mhm.
they're just a pretty person, or someone who's just known, just they've got a lot of followers, they've got a huge following. um they potentially, if they post something like Lizzo did, we know that Lizzo has not always gotten the most nicest comments, and so it's almost kind of like it's expected for positive and the other. And so then what does that send to Lizzo, that like she shouldn't post things like that if
I
she
mean,
doesn't,
Lizzo's a bad example because Lizzo is just over the top.
she's
Like,
going to do what she wants to do regardless. Actually, I
yeah,
think she thrives off the negative
she
comments.
loves it.
But I'm just saying, like, someone Lizzo, like, it may not even be her body type or anything. It's like, I don't want to get to the point where we already live in a false reality. Social media is not necessarily,
Not real life.
it's not.
That shit is
And
not real
so
life.
therefore, what are we sending out here is that in this world that everybody's nice and they're always going to have a nice opinion about something, and
Exactly. That's what I'm saying.
I just don't think it's realistic
You got it.
to
Yep.
censor people. Again, if it's violent comments, if it's
Mhm.
hateful, like, I'm
That's
gonna punch
different.
you. I want to kill you. I want to
Mhm.
see you dead, or some things on that level. That's way too much.
That's
But
threatening, you know? Yeah.
exactly. But I don't know. I just feel like we're just sending an even more bad example of fake reality.
It's getting bad, man, because I just feel like we are eventually going to be like this is going to be the wild wild west of social media. Like when we look back on it, it's like, damn, remember we could do anything, say anything, post anything. Like
And also,
that's
if
what I
they're
feel like
gonna
it's
do
going to
this,
be.
well, if they're gonna do this, then they need to set an age limit, like they do with alcohol and cigarettes. If you feel like people are supposed to behave in a certain way, or certain groups cannot, or certain people can't handle certain things, then you need to make an age requirement, because even 18 to 21 year olds and older, they can't handle social media. But what I'm saying is if they can't handle social media to an extent where it messes with their mind, and it's like, oh my God, I got 30 likes on this post versus 300 on this post, and it's psychologically fucking them
Mhm.
up. And think about it, they're adults, considered
Yeah.
adults at that point. What do you think it's doing to our kids?
I mean, I do think it's fucked up what
And
it's
I
doing
don't think
to
that it
kids.
should. Now,
And
again, I'm
I
not saying either one
think,
way or the other. I'm just saying if they're going to go there, then
right,
you need to go all the
right.
way. If you know, like,
Yeah.
I mean, it's just
I do think that that parents, who have age kids that can get on social media and have phones and shit, y'all have a lot to worry about because the internet goes deep, with all types of shit and how you connect to all different types of people. And then you got dating apps and then you got people catfishing and shit. So
girl.
it is scary. The internet is scary. You know what I'm saying? But I think it has to go back to the parent as well. But if society wants to take some type of stand against it, I feel like maybe it needs to be like a class in schools, social media health, or just like we have fucking health ed, like how to deal with social media or self-esteem. Like this is clearly going to be a part of kids' lives for the rest of their lives, for all of us, honestly. And maybe now that it's becoming so important in everyone's lives, we got to start being responsible with, like, I guess how you help kids navigate through that, because adults is like, okay, y'all adults figure it out. You can actually delete the app and have some self-control and just not get on it if it's ruining your fucking life. But
Right.
kids are more impressionable. So yeah, maybe it needs to be some systems or something, some type of courses. I don't know. But it is dangerous out here. I'm not looking forward to that, when
It
I
is.
have a kid.
It
That
is.
seems very
And
scary to me.
one of the things that I do with my son, who just turned 12, happy birthday, Carter.
That is
Um,
unbelievable.
one of the things that I do as a parent is I make sure that I'm checking his phone. One, he's not allowed to have social media at all. But how do I manage that? Because
Monitor,
at some
yeah.
point I do know that he's going to sneak and do certain things because he's a kid. But
Yeah.
how do I manage that in a way where I still give him his space to feel like he has something private, not truly private, but also me monitoring and keeping up with what's going on. And I am constantly checking his phone. I'm constantly checking his history. I'm constantly checking areas in which he doesn't even know that I can check. I have caught a few things that,
You better. Can't get over on no
girl, I was once
Pisces.
12, 13, 14, 16, 20, honey. So I already know what's
And you were
going
doing it all. Oh,
here.
I'm just joking,
And
girl.
I'm not proud, but I know what's out here, okay? And it's only gotten worse. So, fortunately, by me implementing those types of checkpoints with my child, I've been able to get ahead of some things and have those crucial conversations like, "Hey, what is this? Like
Mhm.
why is this on your phone? Oh, they did that and it checks out." And I'll reach out to the other parent and say, "Hey, your child was looking in my son's phone and they did this and I saw this." Okay, because these kids are sending things privately with DMs.
Girl,
These
all
girls,
types of stuff. They got all types of ways, like WhatsApp.
these
You got all types of
challenges,
shit.
these challenges that they're doing, these cucumber challenges. I mean, it's a lot. out
He's
here.
just out of control, girl.
And so yeah, you know, with all that being said, I don't know what age I'll allow him to have a social media. I don't know. I don't care when people say, well, you know, there's other kids that have a YouTube channel. There's other kids that are doing
Those
this.
other
Other
kids
kids
don't
that
live
are
in your
doing that.
house, okay?
I don't give a damn who's doing
If
what.
Joe, Sally, Bill, and Will was doing it, you not doing it.
If Jimmy John jumped off a bridge, is your motherfucking ass about to jump too? You know what I'm saying? We're gonna
Can't
take
wait
it
to be
all
a
the way
parent and
back.
say shit like that, girl. Oh my God.
Girl. Because all we doing is recycling lines that
I
our
don't
parents
care
tell
if
us. You know, so yeah.
Can you give me some water? Can you give me some water?
Girl, we just be passing that shit on down. Girl.
I cannot.
But yeah, as far as the social media thing, it's just gotten to the point where it's too much for anybody to put their hands on, you know, and grasp and figure out
Crazy.
the best way to handle it. It's already on it. It's already out there. And the most you can do is take what you take and leave the rest.
Mm-hmm.
And if you cannot yourself handle what's being thrown out there, then social media may not be the platform for you. Yeah. Simple as that. Because you can't control a public platform when you're publicly putting out information and photos that are available for the public to have an opinion on. Simple.
Yeah, stop posting shit.
If you don't want people to comment on it or know about it, or, you know, because then
that's what I wanted to say to Jordan. I'm like, Jordan, now you know you shouldn't have been up there at that party sitting on Tristan's lap, girl. You wouldn't have been in all these damn. Come on now, like don't act like you so innocent. Like you were doing juicy shit, so it's gonna get posted.
The Shade Room did not make that up, sweetie. So
never.
Yeah.
And they actually post Jordan was in a very good light. Like if they've taken sides in the whole Kardashian versus Jordan thing, they took Jordan's side. So
they did. And as they should have, because again, Khloe and Kim, you know, Kylie, all of them have been a part of some sort of mischievous scandal as it relates to a friendship and somebody's man.
Somebody's man. Girl.
They have no room. And I just think that it was the easy target for Jordan because they felt like, oh, she was like a puppy dog at one point. And we took her in. Again, it goes back to the point. If you rely on someone to feed you, don't be surprised when they starve you. And unfortunately, people who lend a helping hand aren't always doing it out of the goodness of their heart. And you'll know why if they throw it back in your face. So I just think that Jordan was caught in a really bad spot, and it's unfortunate because her and Kylie were super, super close in something like this where sex wasn't even involved that we know of. But regardless, you know what I mean? Like, regardless, it sucks because I'd be pissed at Khloe. I'd be like, you know, Khloe, we can't help that your man is a slut. You know, like Jordan slap on the wrist, but
Tristan, I just feel like Jordan felt like they would do it to her in a heartbeat.
Yeah.
I feel like that's what it was. Like, I'm Kylie's friend and y'all don't have no loyalty to me. Like, I felt like that's like, because we don't know what she's seen on the inside. You know what I'm saying?
And she's seen a lot, I'm sure.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. So
I know she has seen a lot. And so, yeah, if she wanted to be a bitch and spiteful and all that kind of stuff, she could have been done that. Then she could have been done that. But she still is like, you know what? I'll just take this L. I'm going to turn my business into an empire for what?
I don't think she took a L. I think she definitely got a W from that.
I'm talking about for as far as like her friendship with Kylie, you know, like I know they miss each other. Like,
but she need her no more. Like, I mean, not to say she was using her or whatever, but Jordan's big now. Like now she's like big. Like people be talking about her now, which is crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, she's not Kylie big, but she's big enough to maintain that lifestyle.
Maintain her own, and she's kind of
snagged that NFL.
She came out at the right time because probably about 2 years prior to that, I can't say that she still would have had that because she got a lot of work done too.
Oh, girl, yeah, she lost a lot of weight.
Like she has
got work done.
Revamped her whole situation. She looks great, and she didn't look bad before too.
Right.
She never looked bad, but I could definitely see the glow up, honey.
And that new man looks
Oh yeah.
good
Oh
with
yeah.
her. I think he's like a basketball player or something.
He is.
But
Yeah.
she came up. She
Shout
came up.
out to Jordan.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, our final topic, unless you have something else you'd like to discuss, but this was something that I wanted to mention because you sent the clip to me and it was just oh so good. The Real Housewives of Atlanta. I think we had talked about on our last podcast. We were like, typically we see a preview, we see some sort of announcement of when the series season premiere is gonna. We haven't seen any of that. So it seems like right after we recorded that podcast, well, there was a full-blown 3-minute trailer that dropped.
They be listening to us, girl.
And honey, it was juicy. Okay, like we have been communicating and discussing like what we feel the Real Housewives of Atlanta needs in order to have some sort of boost, because it's been very, very dry. And I don't know, just the trailer in itself looks very juicy. There's a lot of different things going on.
So did you know that new girl? Because that new girl looks entertaining.
So the Fallon girl, I don't remember seeing her in the preview that I watched. Now I did see Drew Sidora.
Okay, from the game.
From the game.
Oh shoot, not Drew.
Drew is on there, and she's
man she about to try to steal.
Married.
Oh, she's married.
She's married, and it looks like there's some interesting conversations that are going to be happening between her and her husband. Specifically, I guess he disappeared for 3 days. She didn't hear from him, and everybody's like, "Ooh, 3 days, bitch! Couldn't be my man, not my man." Doing all that.
Girl, how the hell your man disappeared? What does that mean?
Girl, he probably went somewhere. Child, he
like
you can't get a hold of him? That nigga could be found. Okay, if he came back, that nigga was not disappeared. He just took a break and went.
I hate when people say that. Like, what do you mean disappeared? Like,
she's like, you disappeared for 3 days. Where were you? You still never told me where were you for those 3 days.
He was ignoring you for 3 days. Got it.
Yes. And he's just like, yo, I told you,
I'm like, was his family looking for him or just you? I'm trying to figure it out.
They won't even put out a missing search report until you're missing for 3 days, I think. So, I mean, like, it's just, it's just one of those things.
She looks kind of, one of them looks pretty entertaining on that trailer. So
it might have been her.
Probably.
Because I didn't see Fallon. And then we saw Portia and Tanya.
The bedroom drama I told you about. The
drama you told us about. I don't know if you want to refresh our viewers' memories of.
Apparently, at Cynthia's bachelorette party, they had threesome with the stripper, and they had some clips on there and
with noises, sex noises.
But I don't know, y'all. I be wanting to trust it, but then again, it's television. I just don't know if this is all like a setup.
Yeah. We don't
for storyline.
Because people be reaching for them storylines.
But Tanya seems like she's just really disturbed by all of the rumors.
Yeah, she does.
She wants to be away
and I
from
think
them.
she probably has the most to lose because she has been done to me. She's been a very, very long-term fiance. Like for 10 years. Nene has always reminded her of that. Sweetie.
Now, did he dump her?
Getting married. No, I'm just saying like they've been engaged for like 10 years.
Don't do that. Don't say that. No, they didn't.
Yeah, it's been a long-term engagement.
They have not been engaged for 10 years. You mean like they've been together for 10 years?
Well, let Nene tell it, honey. She's had that ring and has not progressed from step 2 to step 3 to the final step of a wife for years.
That's crazy.
So I don't know what the holdup is. I don't even know if there is a holdup, but who knows? Usually for people, it's money, it's finances, it's COVID, but they seem to have everything. So I don't know what would be stopping them from marriage. So that'll be interesting to see how that plays out. It looks like Dennis and Portia are no longer together. That's not shocking.
Yeah, they were hanging
Um,
on by a thread.
Cynthia is planning her wedding. As we do know, they did finally, not finally, but they did end up getting married. And so I
Mm-hmm.
guess this is just gonna be discussing the route, the journey to marriage. And then with Candy, it looks like she is still having issues with with Riley's dad. Um, and the whole child support issue. So we'll see about how that unfolds.
Yeah, that's been
Um,
a storyline for years.
and I honestly, I'm like, at this point, Candy, I don't know.
But I mean, I get it. My mom, I mean, I don't think she never seen a penny of all that back child support.
I just know that if and this is just my
I
opinion.
get it.
This is my opinion on it. Like, I don't know. I don't want
I
to.
think it's more sad that she has no relationship with her dad. Um, Block, whatever they call him on that show. I think that's the saddest part because the one episode I do remember him being in, they had some sort of dinner, and that poor girl, she just felt so uncomfortable. Like she was like, "Don't leave, mom," and like it was so awkward, and like they had nothing to talk about, and
Yeah.
it breaks my heart because it is really sad when you just like, damn, you can't even really. It's really hard to get that parent child bond when you missed all those years. It's just
Mm-hmm.
tough.
Mm-hmm.
But God bless them.
We will see how that
It could happen.
unfolds.
It could happen. Because
Mm-hmm.
I'm closer to my dad now than I've ever been, and I'm 30 something.
Yeah.
So it could definitely happen, when you get older and the kid becomes an adult and they don't hold on to the grudge of you not being there. And,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
hopefully it turns out well.
Hopefully it does. I'm very hopeful of that. So yeah, lots of cool things in store for
Oh, interesting. It's going to be an interesting season, y'all. Y'all should definitely watch, actually.
It's going to be very interesting. I'm excited. I still don't even know when it premieres. Do you know when it premieres?
I think December. I think they said December
Oh, is it
2nd.
December? Shit.
Mhm.
They pushed it out a
They
lot
pushed
then.
it, y'all.
It used to be the first weekend in November.
Oh, I know. They don't push it all the way to December. So quarantine, you know how that go.
Girl.
But everything's open in Atlanta, open and popping, like ain't nothing happened.
Dang.
Oh.
I will, yeah. So, um, so all of that to say, any other topics that I'm missing
Mm,
that we didn't cover?
no, I don't think so.
So just, stay prayed up, y'all. Make sure you
Stay prayed.
invest in lots and lots of self-care during these crazy
Uh,
times.
definitely.
Love yourself. If
Yeah.
that means therapy, a shopping spree, a vacation, PTO, a dinner,
Mhm.
shit. At this point, a book, silence. Do that. Okay, do that. But yeah. So until next time, we will see y'all for
Let's give a
sure.
shout out to our sponsors, One Hope, real
Yes,
quick.
One
One
Hope
Hope
Wine.
Wine.
Ha ha ha. We
Y'all
will
should go.
be ordering the glitter bottle too, so we'll show you what that looks like once we get it. It's perfect for holidays. And
Pop
any
the
type of
bottle.
gifting.
Yep.
Yeah.
Hmm?
I said perfect for gifting in any type of like
Oh,
celebration,
yeah.
like holiday, um,
Yeah.
festive.
Yeah.
Girls
You
love
can
glitter.
also get it like engraved or like personalized or whatever.
Personalized. Yep. Mm-hmm.
Good gift idea. Plus, you're giving back to charity. So make sure y'all follow us for all the details with One Hope Wine and everything else we got coming up because we're going to be giving away some stuff soon again, like always.
Again.
So follow us, y'all, and we'll talk to you later.
Peace. Bye.